Janine with Feel Good, and I'm delighted to say Janine joins us on the show. How's it going?
Yes, I am doing well, giving thanks.
So what can you tell us about the new single, Feel Good?
Well, I think it is a timely track. You know, more and more people are becoming aware of how important it is to prevent disease in their body rather than having to pay to rectify illness in the end, you know. And it's even beyond just health, it's just about feeling good. There are many ways that we do that. And a lot of times it's a simple message, a simple, familiar, playful message that really drives home some of the most important points that we have to, you know,
yeah, it's the first time I've played it on the show, and it does make you feel good, the single.
Good.
So what was that like, putting together the song?
You know, it was a really cool experience. The process of making music for me is always a beautiful one. This one in particular, because I really went out of my way to make this a really, really simple message. You know, for people who are familiar with my music, you know, they may understand where I will go in terms of the metaphors and the multiple levels of meaning. But I wanted this to be a very straightforward, simple, easy to digest song that just drove home that, you know, we need to work better at making ourselves feel good and in a sustainable way. So, you know, we bring this song. I brought the song to Clive Hunt, who is one of the best producers we've produced here in Jamaica. And we put together a team of some of what I think are the best musicians in Jamaica too. And I just shared the vibe with them. And I remember them looking at me like, yeah, there's a subliminal meaning here. But really and truly, it's just a song that's supposed to make you feel good and supposed to encourage you to want to feel good, you know?
Yeah, it's also very catchy as well, so I think you're onto a winner.
Good. Good.
Feeling good. So, am I right, you're also into yoga as well?
I am. I am a yoga teacher for the past 9 years.
All right. So, about yoga, I mean, can anybody learn that?
Oh, for sure. Everybody should.
Even me?
Yoga is, especially you, because you're probably sitting at a desk right now, you know, especially people who have kind of routine lives that don't really take a lot of time to stretch and so on. I mean, not that you don't. I really hope you do, but for a lot of people, sitting down at a computer and slouching over a desk or over a phone, like, these are things we spend hours doing without realizing, you know? And the quality of food that we might put into our bodies just because, hey, it's advertised on TV, so it's food. But some of these things those shouldn't even really qualify as food, you know, when you really think about what food is supposed to do for your body.
I am guilty, I must confess, being a radio DJ.
We all are.
But it was quite funny at the start of the show. Coincidentally, I started the show standing up for about 20 minutes. I was dancing to the music, and I got a bit tired. It was a bit hot in the studio, you know.
Well, that's good, because standing encourages you to move, because you'll be shifting from leg to leg or moving around just because, you know, the pressure is so concentrated. So it's really that, because you have to remember, like, the systems in our body, like, the heart pumps the blood through the body, but how do we expel things? It's through sweat, it's through, you know, your lymphatic drainage and all of these things. And these things require movement because there's no heart pumping that, you know. So we have to encourage a culture of moving and being responsible for yourself. And we live in our head so much because of all of these devices and all of the things that are being forced down our throats every day. So, like, it's so important to just unplug for a little and just be present, you know. We're not saying go change your life, stop eating meat and drinking milk and all of these things that are really, really good ideas. But we're just saying just move. Just, even if all you do is dance to this song.
Exactly. I mean? Yeah, I mean, that's a great message. And as it's reggae, it's very easy to move to, isn't it?
Exactly.
So are you touring this year?
Oh, for sure. For sure we're touring this year. In fact, I am working assiduously to be in the UK this year, you know, for a really meaningful contact with the UK. I was in Birmingham a couple of weeks ago with the Birmingham City University doing a conference, kind of outside of the scope of performance, but still touching people with the music and the reason for the music. But we want to be back, hopefully in the summer, hopefully again at the end of the year, presenting the music, with the band and in the context of, this is the Janine experience.
Wonderful. Have you got an album coming out?
The album, we are in studio now, finishing up the album, and that's slated for release early next year. But an EP with 3 of the tracks from the album, we're looking to release that in a couple months, June, July. And that will be 3 tracks, including Feel Good, which you just heard, and another song which was released last week, Love Has Found I, which I'm sure you're going to get that and play for the people too.
I'm sure I will, yeah.
And another song, which is a very interesting approach to Afrobeat meets roots music meets Kumina, And we want to see how the people will kind of take to these different spaces of music. They're different musically. The themes are very simple, though. The EP is called Feelings.
Feelings.
So it really is exploring not so much, the abstract, but really in your bodies. How do you feel in your body? How do you feel in your mind? How do you feel in your heart? How can we get closer to what we are through exploring our feelings, kind of thing.
Wonderful. So who are some of the singers you like?
Singers I like? Wow. Tracy Chapman, Anita Baker, Sarah Vaughan, Dinah Washington, Nina Simone, women. I mean, a lot of them are female vocalists just because I did tend to listen to a lot of the women when I was growing up. And the messages. I mean, just when a woman is impassioned and really sings from that place, there's just something really special and really moving about it. And I really connected with that. I grew up in the church, so a lot of the music I was exposed to was spirit-moving music that's supposed to make you feel something,
Make you feel good. So,
exactly, make you feel good, or make you feel guilty, or make you feel, but just make you feel. So I think women who are musicians, singers who elicit that, not just playful songs, but meaningful songs that make you sit and ponder. Like, those are the ones who really influenced me, especially when they had a unique sound, That's what I try to cultivate in my own craft.
Wonderful. Well, it's been lovely to speak to you, Janine. We're enjoying the new single. We'll be playing it more on the show, that's for sure.
Thank you so much for having me, Chris.
No problem. See you later.
Blessed love.